Welcome everyone. Today we shall study about a type of a cell division, that is meiosis, and this is from lesson life processes in living organism part 1. Student, this video lesson is for class 10th and part 5 video of this lesson. So we have already completed mitosis, a type of a cell division, in part 4 video. So just get the link from the description box. So let's study today's topic. Alright, so first of all, let us revise what is a cell division. So student, a cell division is one of the very important properties of a cell and living organism, because by the cell division only the cell can heal or repair, and a new organism, multicellular organism, will be formed from a single cell. So due to this property only, a new organism, that is a multicellular organism, is formed from an existing one, that is a multicellular organism grows up. That means a multicellular organism can be grows into a multicellular organism. So this is a cell division. Alright, so we have studied the different types of a cell division. So student, there are two types of a cell division. First is a mitosis and second is a meiosis. So we have completed the mitosis cell division. So in mitosis, from a single cell, it will divide through the different stages, and the two daughter cells are produced, and the two daughter cells which are formed, these are genetically identical with the original cell, parent cell. Okay. But in case of a meiosis, what happened? A single cell, that is a single parent cell, will divide into 4 haploid cells. Okay, and these cells are genetically different or genetically dissimilar from the parent one. Okay, so in today's video we shall study only about the meiosis, and there are different stages of the meiosis. So we shall study all about this. Okay, now let's study about the meiosis. So student, meiosis is also called as a reduction division, type of a reduction cell division. Okay, so why this is called as a reduction cell division? Because meiosis is a process where a single cell or a parent cell divides twice to produce 4 cells containing half the original amount of genetic information. That means meiosis is a process in which a single cell divides twice, 2 times it will divides to produce the 4 haploid cells. Okay, and these 4 haploid cells are genetically different from the original or parent cell. So here this meiosis takes place in 2 parts, that is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, and as the number of chromosomes are reduced in the meiosis, so this is called as a reduction cell division. Okay, and these cells are sex cells, sperm in males and eggs in females. So the meiosis generally takes place in the sex cells, that is in male the sex cell is sperm, and in female the sex cell is eggs. Okay, so these meiosis takes place within these 2 cells only. Okay, these are the sperm cell and this is the egg cell, which generally produces through the meiosis cell division. Okay, now let's understand the different stages of a meiosis. So student, meiosis is completed through the 2 stages. First, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Okay, so in meiosis 1 we have the cytokinesis 1, and what is the cytokinesis? This is a process in which the nucleus of a cell divides. Okay, so when the nucleus is divided, it is called as a cytokinesis. Okay, so cytokinesis completed within 4 stages, that is prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Whereas similarly the meiosis 2 also continues by the cytokinesis 2, in which the nuclear of the, so in meiosis 1 2 haploid cells are formed. Okay, so in meiosis 1 2 haploid cells are formed, and the 2 haploid cells which are produced through the meiosis 1, they will undergo meiosis 2. Okay, and here also the cytokinesis 2 will happen. That means the nuclear division of the 2 haploid cells will take place, and it will take place through the process of prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. So these are the different stages of a meiosis, in which a single cell will divide twice to form 4 haploid cells. Okay, now let us first study about the meiosis 1. So student, these are the different stages of a meiosis 1. Okay, so the meiosis 1, in meiosis 1 the recombination or crossing over occur between the homologous chromosomes, and thereafter those homologous chromosomes are divided into two groups and thus two haploid cells are formed during the meiosis 1. So first of all, student, the homologous chromosome, these are the chromosome pair, one from each parent, that is one from father and one from the mother, that are similar in length, centromere location and gene position. So these this chromosome which are exactly identical, these are called as a homologous chromosome. Okay, so in meiosis 1, the homologous chromosomes undergo the recombination or crossing over. Okay, so what is the crossing over? Here we have the crossing, you can observe the two homologous chromosome. Okay, so they undergo this type of a crossing over. You can observe the strand or the DNA arms of the homologous chromosome are exchanged between each other. So this is a recombination or crossing over between the homologous chromosome pair. Okay, so it takes place in the prophase 1, and then in metaphase 1 they will arrange themselves along a equatorial plane. Okay, and within the anaphase 1, what happened, the chromosomes which are separated, they will be pulled apart from each other with the spindle fiber and centrioles. Okay, and in telophase 1, what happened, the two nucleus will divide with the genetic material. Okay, that means decondensation of the chromatin chromosomes will take place, and the two nucleus will divide by the process of at the end of the telophase 1. And here when the two nucleus will divide and two cells will divide completely, what happened, the two haploid daughter cells are formed, which are then genetically these are genetically dissimilar from the parent cells. Okay, now here the two haploid cells are formed. So these two haploid cells are cells formed in meiosis 1, they will undergo division by meiosis 2. Okay, so in meiosis 2, what happened, the two haploid cells which are formed at the end of a meiosis 1, they will undergo further division with the meiosis 2 process. Okay, so meiosis 2 also completed within the same stages, like the two cell first undergo between they will arrange themselves prophase 2, and then in metaphase 2 they will arrange themselves along the equatorial plane, and the nucleus they will pull apart from the each other. Okay, that means the chromosomes will be divided. Okay, and then the two nucleus will be divided at the end of a telophase 2, and at the end of a cytokinesis 2, what happened, the two cells are completely divided and they will produces the 4 haploid cells. Okay, that means here the number of chromosomes are reduced, and that is why meiosis is called as a reduction type of a cell division. So this is how the 4 haploid cells are produces from a single parent cell. So this is a meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. 4 haploid daughter cells are produced. Okay, so process of a gamete for production. Now gamete production is sperm cell and egg cells and spore formation occurs by the meiosis process of a meiosis cell division. Okay, so here you can observe the spermatogenesis. Now spermatogenesis is a gamete formation in the male, in which you can observe at the last single germ cell, it undergoes the meiosis division, and it will form 4 haploid sperm cells. Okay, you can observe here 4 haploid sperm cell. You can observe the structure of the sperm also. And next is the oogenesis. Now oogenesis is the gamete production in the female. Okay, so here the egg cell undergo the meiosis division, and it will form 4 haploid cells. Okay, and here you can in oogenesis you can observe the 4 haploid egg cells are formed. These among from the one is the ovum, and the all the remaining 3 are the polar bodies. These are also containing the haploid chromosome, haploid cells, but these are the weak body. That is why it is called as a polar body. Okay, so these polar body or weak body can be easily degenerated. Only one it is considered. Okay, so this is how the spermatogenesis and oogenesis takes place by the meiosis cell division. Okay, and here and the spore formation, process of spore formation takes place in case of fungi or plants, in which spores can be produced with the help of a meiosis cell division. And student, during this cell division, the crossing over occurs between the two homologous chromosomes. That means two identical chromosomes, one from each parent, and thereby genetic recombination will occur. And due to this only, all the four daughter cells are genetically different from parent cell and from each other too. So this is how the gamete production will take place in case of organisms, in case of a human. Alright, so this is all about the meiosis, cell division, and here we have to answer a few questions. So first question is, what do you mean by diploid or 2n cell? So student, the cell in which the chromosome number is double are known as a diploid cell. Like double means in case of a 2n. Okay, so male and female gametes unite together in the process of fertilization. So male gamete contains 23 chromosomes and female gamete contains 23 chromosomes. So when they will fuse together or unite together, it will form diploid zygote. Okay, so it contains 46 number of a zygote will contain 46 number of a chromosome, and their chromosome mix together in the zygote, and therefore the chromosome number is always diploid, that is 46. So in haploid 23 chromosomes are there, in the diploid cell like zygote 46 number of chromosomes are there. So this is, you can observe the fertilization of male female egg cell and sperm cell unite together to form a diploid cell, that is a diploid zygote containing 46 number of chromosomes. Now next question, what do you mean by haploid cell? That is N. So the cell with only one set of a chromosome, that is 23 number of a chromosome, is known as a haploid cell. And in meiosis, chromosome number of the parental germ cell means egg cell and sperm cell, are reduced to half, and therefore gametes are always haploid, that containing 23 chromosome. And the haploid chromosome number is represented by N. In human being it is 23. And sperm, that is in male, and ovum in female, both are haploid carrying 23 number of chromosomes. Alright, so what do you mean by homologous chromosome? Homologous chromosome. Okay, so homologous chromosome are defined as two pieces of DNA within an organism who is diploid in nature, that is 2n, that means it carries 46 number of a chromosome which carry the same genes, one from each parent, that is one from a father and one from mother. That means 23 fused together to form 46 chromosomes. So these are the homologous chromosome. Parental, one from father and one from mother. Okay, now next question, how are the haploid cells are formed? So student, meiosis is a type of a cell division that reduces the number of a chromosome, that means 46 will reduces to form 23 in the parent cell by half, and produces 4 gamete cell, and these 4 gamete cells are different from the parent cell and different from each other too. And the process results in 4 daughter cells that are haploid, which means they contain half the number of a chromosome of the diploid parent cell. So student, that's it for today's video. I hope you all have understood this topic very well, and next part we will continue in our next session. Thank you.